Tonight, let your imagination drift, where science becomes poetry, into the quiet universe inside your own body. Beneath your skin, rivers of light and rhythm flow in silence, composing a music older than time. Every cell hums with intelligence. Every breath writes a new verse of existence. What if healing wasn't something you wait for, but something already happening within you, softly, patiently, beautifully? As the night deepens, you are invited to listen to that music, to feel life whisper through your heartbeat, and to remember your body is not asleep. It is dreaming you whole again. The night carries a hush that feels almost sacred. Beyond the windows, the world slows its breathing, and inside this stillness, you can hear something faint, the sound that has been with you since before you were born. A heartbeat. Not mechanical, not forced, but steady, patient, and alive. It is the rhythm that began your story, and continues it second by second, without ever asking for thanks. Tonight we begin here at the core of that rhythm, the quiet pulse that holds the memory of every dawn you've survived. As you listen closely, you might notice how the heartbeat doesn't just thump. It sings. Each beat sends waves of warmth through you, a message carried in the language of blood and motion. Every pulse pushes life outward to fingertips, to the soft edges of your skin, and every return brings the world back home. Your heart doesn't rest when you sleep. It watches over you, faithful and tireless, whispering through the night, "I am here." You are still alive. Imagine it now, a chamber of muscle and music glowing faintly like an ember beneath the ribs. It moves with such devotion that even silence cannot stop it. The sound is soft, but it reaches everywhere, into the brain that dreams, into the cells that heal, into the lungs that wait for the next breath. It is not only a pump, it is a messenger of love, a reminder that balance and motion are the essence of being. In the science of healing, the heart is more than anatomy. It is the conductor of harmony. With each contraction, it sends chemical invitations, signaling blood vessels to open, nerves to relax, tissues to awaken. And the body listens. It listens the way the ocean listens to the moon, faithfully, intuitively. You don't need to command it. You simply have to be. Take a slow breath now. Feel your chest rise and fall in sync with this ancient rhythm. The more you listen, the quieter your thoughts become. The more you surrender, the deeper the music flows. This is not meditation, not therapy. It is remembrance. You are remembering what peace feels like when it begins from the inside. Somewhere in your chest, a spark of electricity leaps across a cluster of cells, the sinoatrial node, the tiny natural metronome that began ticking before you ever opened your eyes to the world. Scientists can describe its ions, its voltage, its elegant choreography of charge and flow. But what they cannot explain is why it began, what mystery chose to start it beating, and why it refuses to stop. That mystery is the soft heartbeat you feel right now. It has endured every emotion you've carried. It has sped up for joy, trembled in fear, slowed under grief, and yet it never abandoned you. The heart is the truest companion. Forgiving, adaptive, always recalibrating, who hold you steady. It rebuilds tiny vessels after strain, renews its tissues, and listens even when you forget to listen back. When you lie still at night, your heart adjusts to your quiet. It slows not from fatigue, but from understanding that the world around you is safe enough to rest. It keeps time with your dreams, echoing the rhythm of the Earth's rotation, syncing your inner tides to the pull of the moon. You are in every sense a moving planet of life. Sometimes healing begins not with action, but with attention. The moment you tune into your heartbeat, something changes. Your body senses it. Cortisol lowers. Blood pressure softens. Cells relax their defenses. It's as if your heart recognizes your awareness, and in gratitude, begins to repair you more tenderly. In the quiet science of healing, this is the first truth your body always wants to heal. The heart is its signal flare, a light pulsing through the darkness to say, life continues here. Every beat is a decision made on your behalf, a vow renewed silently countless times each minute. Now imagine standing at the edge of a calm sea, watching gentle waves kiss the shore. The tide retreats and returns just like your heart. With every flow and pull, it carries something precious: oxygen, warmth, hope. The same sea that moves the stars in their courses moves within you too. You are part of that cosmic circulation, the quiet heartbeat of the universe itself. So as you rest tonight, place a hand over your chest. Feel that steady rhythm. Listen beyond the sound to the story it tells. It says you are made of persistence. You are made of music and electricity of faith, written into tissue. Even when your mind doubts, your heart continues proof that life is more loyal than fear. Soon, we'll drift deeper into breath, into sleep, into the invisible symphony that renews you each night. But for now, simply listen. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to understand. You only have to be here, feeling the most ancient sound in the universe, the pulse of life itself echoing inside you. And as this quiet story lingers between beats, let me leave you with a gentle invitation. If this calm has found you tonight, if your mind feels a little lighter and your heart a little warmer, remember, there are more journeys like this waiting for you. Subscribe to Gentle Sleep Stories, and let us continue to travel together, one peaceful heartbeat at a time. The heartbeat fades now into a gentler rhythm, steady and calm, like the ocean after a storm. You are floating within it, weightless, safe, suspended between wakefulness and rest. Each pulse still hums softly beneath your ribs, but something else begins to rise through the silence. It is the breath, invisible, tender, and alive. The same breath that once filled your lungs when you first cried into the world, the same one that has never left you since. From the language of the heart, we now enter the language of air, the second voice of life that whispers, "You are still here. Breathe." Just once, slowly. Feel the air enter through your nose, cool and patient, then leave again in a warm sigh. This simple motion, repeated thousands of times a day, carries the oldest secret of existence, that every moment is both arrival and release. The inhale gathers the world into you. The exhale gives yourself back to the world. Between those two tides, life finds its rhythm. As you listen to your own breathing now, imagine it as a soft tide washing over a moonlit shore. Each inhale lifts tiny grains of energy from the sea of night, and each exhale smooths the sand behind it. The rhythm never forces itself. It only follows nature's quiet instruction: flow, pause, return. Inside your chest, Your lungs unfold like wings. Millions of tiny alveoli open like blossoms in spring, ready to receive the gift of air. The oxygen that enters your blood will soon drift through endless branching rivers, reaching every cell that waits. There, deep in the microscopic cities of your body, the miracle continues. Molecules meet, exchange, ignite. Carbon leaves, oxygen enters, and the dance of renewal goes on. You don't feel this chemistry, but it shapes everything from the warmth in your hands to the calm in your thoughts. Scientists call it respiration, but to your body it is prayer. A prayer repeated without words, thousands of times a day, reminding every cell that it still belongs to life. Your body doesn't simply breathe, it remembers. It remembers the ancient pact made between you and the world, that as long as air exists, so will your hope. Take another breath now, slower than before. Notice how the air feels heavier with peace, how it moves like silk within you. The heart listens, sinking to this rhythm. With each inhale, the pulse brightens. With each exhale, it settles. They are partners in a secret waltz. The heart and the lungs exchanging energy, maintaining harmony, whispering to one another, "We are alive together." When you breathe deeply, your body understands safety. It releases the armor of stress, softens the shoulders, quiets the mind. The diaphragm moves like a gentle wave, pressing downward and massaging the organs below. The motion stirs your inner ocean, encouraging blood to circulate more freely, helping the liver cleanse the stomach. Rest. The nerves untangle. Each breath, without effort, becomes medicine. There is an intelligence within the breath, not mechanical, but wise. It knows how to adjust in laughter, in grief, in love. When you are afraid, it shortens to protect you. When you are calm, it expands to nourish you. Your breath reflects your soul's weather, always honest, always true. To learn to breathe again is to learn to trust again, to remember that calm is not something you chase, but something already waiting inside your lungs. In ancient traditions, breath was called spiritus, spirit, the invisible bridge between body and soul. The ancients believed that to breathe consciously was to touch the divine. Modern science, in its own language, agrees deep. Breathing slows the heart rate, lowers blood pressure, balances hormones, and activates the vagus nerve, that quiet messenger connecting emotion to healing. Every slow exhale tells your entire body, "You are safe now. You can heal." Imagine yourself lying in a quiet meadow at dawn. The air is cool, the earth beneath you warm from yesterday's sun. With every breath you take in the scent of life, grass, dew, light itself. As you exhale, the world breathes with you. You and the earth become one rhythm, a single inhalation of creation, a single exhalation of peace. You are not apart from the world. You are part of its respiration. Within your blood, the oxygen you just drew in is already finding its way to muscles, to the skin, to the tiniest corners of your being. And as it travels, it brings renewal, quiet and invisible yet constant. Every exhale carries away what no longer serves: fatigue, worry, old thoughts fading into the air. This exchange never stops. Even in sleep, your lungs keep writing their quiet poem, one line for release, one for return. Breathing deeply is also a way of remembering time. It anchors you in the now. The past cannot breathe. The future does not yet inhale. Only the present draws air into your chest. In this way, breathing teaches the soul the art of staying. It gathers you from the scattered noise of memory and sets you gently in the middle of this moment, the only one that truly exists. You may not have noticed, but the body repairs itself in rhythm with this breath. When you sleep, oxygen becomes the brush that paints your cells whole again. It fuels the rebuilding of tissue, the calming of nerves, the purification of blood. The breath is both the tool and the artist creating health in silence. There will be nights when breathing feels shallow, when worry presses like weight on the chest. Remember this then, even the smallest breath counts. Even when broken, even when afraid, you are still part of the great cycle of renewal. Air never abandons you. It waits at the edge of your lips, asking only for your permission to enter and begin again. Let yourself soften now. The air moves in. The air moves out. Between those motions, the world rearranges itself. Muscles loosen. Thoughts dim. The body begins its nightly work of healing, slow, tender, and unhurried. Your breath is the most faithful companion you will ever have. It greeted you at birth, and it will hold you until your final rest. But tonight, it is simply here to carry you gently towards sleep. Let it guide you like a hand through water, like wind through leaves, toward that quiet place, where your body knows how to mend itself. And if while listening, you find comfort in this stillness, if the rhythm of your breath feels like a soft melody that eases your mind, then know this: there are many more journeys waiting for you, each one a lullaby for the soul. Subscribe to Gentle Sleep Stories and join us again, for each breath you take is a story, and every story brings you closer to peace. The breath quiets now, no longer something you control, but something that carries you soft and automatic, like the tide retreating beneath a fading moon. The heart hums beneath it, steady, loyal. Together, they have drawn you inward past the surface of thought, into the deeper chambers of life itself. And there, within that silence, something astonishing continues its endless work. Beneath your skin, within your bones, and every hidden corner of your being, a secret world never stops moving. Let us go there now, into the flowing river of your own living cells. Imagine for a moment that your body is made of light, seen from above, a galaxy swirling in motion, filled with tiny suns. Trillions of them, each one alive, awake, and working. These are your cells. They do not rest. They rise and fall, serve and surrender, renew and remember. They are born, they live, and when their task is complete, they let go, replaced by others that carry your story forward. It is an endless procession, a quiet pilgrimage of life within life. Every few years, most of what you see as you becomes new. Bone by bone, layer by layer, the architecture of your body rebuilds itself. Your skin replaces its surface every few weeks, your stomach lining every few days. Even your skeleton, which feels so still, is quietly refreshed. Over time, its mineral scaffolding dissolving and reforming like slow-moving waves of stone. You are never truly static. You are a river that remembers its shape. Think of it, the miracle that every part of you knows how to return to its pattern. Each cell carries not only your genetic code, but the memory of how to be you. The blueprint of your heart, your eyes, your voice, all written within spirals of DNA that glow like sacred script. Even as cells die and new ones rise, the design remains intact, held in the patient intelligence of the body. The cells know their choreography. They build, mend, and sculpt in silence, guided by signals too subtle for thought to perceive. You might imagine healing as something that happens only when you are hurt, but it never truly stops. The body is always healing, adjusting, balancing, correcting. Right now, as you listen, tiny repair teams move across the vast landscape of you. Some are clearing waste, others rebuilding tissue, others still are standing guard against invaders you will never meet. It is the most devoted labor imaginable, and it asks for nothing in return. There are certain cells that never tire of mending. Hidden deep in your organs lie the quiet guardians, stem-like cells waiting in stillness for the call to act. When damage comes, they awaken. They divide and multiply, migrating to where they are needed, sewing torn fibers together, restoring the invisible seams of life. Some of these cells have been with you since before your first breath. They hold a memory older than pain, older than time, the memory of wholeness. They remind the body what complete feels like. Imagine watching them now, not under a microscope, but through the mind's gentle eye. They shimmer like stars in the dark, reaching out with filaments of light, connecting, repairing, weaving. There is no hurry, only rhythm. Every gesture purposeful, every spark of motion, part of a grand design that has never failed. Your body knows exactly what to do. It always has. The skin, that boundary between the world and you, carries its own wisdom. When it is wounded, an orchestra begins beneath the surface. Blood rushes in, clotting to seal the breach. Fibroblasts arrive like builders, laying down threads of collagen, nature's fabric of strength. Then new skin cells crawl over the bridge from beneath, stitching the gap until the surface meets again. You might see a scar, but within it is art, the visible trace of an invisible miracle. The skin heals from the inside out, always toward light, always toward completion. And within your bones, something even quieter unfolds. They too listen to gravity, to pressure, to the story of your days. When you walk, lift, or even breathe, tiny sensors called osteocytes detect the stress of living and send messages to dissolve what is old and rebuild what must endure. The skeleton reshapes itself to fit your life, growing strong, where you carry weight, hollow, where lightness is needed. Even after a fracture, the dance continues. Mineral meets collagen, cell meets cell, until strength returns. Your bones remember every step you've taken, every fall you've risen from. The liver, hidden beneath your ribs, performs one of the oldest miracles known to biology: regeneration. Even when part of it is lost, the remaining tissue grows back, reorganizing itself, as if guided by memory's hand. It filters, cleanses, and creates a quiet alchemist, turning what harms into what heals. Each cell within it carries the ancient knowledge of renewal. You could say the liver is a lesson in forgiveness. It never holds on to what has hurt it. In the nervous system, repair takes a slower, more delicate path. When a nerve is damaged, the body sends out a chemical trail, invisible breadcrumbs leading the way home. Cells called Schwann cells light this path like tiny lanterns, guiding the regrowth of the nerve fiber toward reconnection. Millimeter by millimeter, the journey unfolds. The brain waits patiently for the reunion. Sometimes it succeeds completely. Sometimes neighboring nerves step in to share the work. Either way, the body persists. Healing is its instinct, not its option. Your blood, too, is alive with messengers. Platelets, small fragments of purpose, rush to seal wounds. White blood cells patrol like gentle guardians, reading chemical signals that tell them where to go. Growth factors spread through every corridor, calling new cells to rise. Every drop is a communication, a note in a vast symphony of repair. The body listens to itself constantly, and in that listening, it becomes whole. It may be hard to imagine that all this happens within you as you simply rest and breathe. But it does. Even now, as you lie still, trillions of tiny beings, your own cells, are awake, exchanging messages of resilience. They are the caretakers of your form, rewriting the story of survival with every heartbeat. You are never alone in your healing. You are surrounded by it, built from it, made entirely of its persistence. Perhaps this is why rest feels sacred. In stillness, you allow this microscopic universe to work freely, uninterrupted by worry or will. You are not lazy when you rest. You are participating in the ancient rhythm of restoration. Your body does not ask for permission to renew itself. It only asks for your trust. As you drift now in this awareness, picture yourself as part of a flowing current, millions of tiny lights moving through you, all with one purpose: to keep you alive, to keep you whole. The current hums softly, luminous and eternal. That is the river of your cells. That is you. And so, as the night deepens, let go a little more. Trust that every small pulse within you is already healing. You are not static. You are music in motion. Let this knowledge settle over you like a warm tide, gentle and infinite. Your body is rewriting itself even now, one heartbeat, one breath, one quiet cell at a time. The river of your cells continues to flow beneath the quiet of your skin, unseen yet alive with purpose. They work without pause, building, mending, whispering the language of renewal that has been spoken since the dawn of life. But even this endless work of healing needs a rhythm of its own, a time to gather strength, a time to rest, and a time to begin again. As night deepens, a gentle drowsiness begins to fold over you. The body, faithful and wise, recognizes the signal. It knows that the workshop of renewal is about to open, not in daylight, but in the soft darkness of sleep. Sleep is not the end of the day. It is the secret beginning of repair. While your conscious mind drifts into silence, your body awakens to a deeper purpose, the art of rebuilding itself. The world outside may fade into stillness, but within you every cell begins a quiet choreography. This is the hour when the unseen workers come alive, when fatigue turns into restoration, and when peace becomes the most powerful medicine of all. As you lie still, the first signals begin their journey through your bloodstream. Hormones, like gentle messengers, whisper instructions: rebuild, renew, restore. Growth hormone rises, guiding tissues to repair themselves. Damaged fibers in your muscles start to knit together. The heart eases its pace, letting your vessels widen so blood can move softly through every corner of you. The lungs slow, drawing in deeper, more rhythmic breaths. Every inhale feeds the process of renewal. Every exhale carries away what is no longer needed. Beneath the calm surface, an invisible tide of chemistry begins to flow. The immune system reviews the day's encounters, scanning, identifying, and remembering. Cells that once fought infection now rest ready to defend again when morning comes. Others travel through your body, patching, cleaning, and restoring balance. The brain, that brilliant and tireless organ, begins its own nocturnal cleansing. Waves of cerebrospinal fluid sweep through its folds, washing away the remnants of thought and stress, clearing the space for clarity to return. It is housekeeping done in silence, a sacred purification that only sleep allows. In this state, your body is wiser than your waking mind. It does not ask for direction. It already knows the way. It listens to a rhythm older than time, the same rhythm that once guided the heartbeat of your mother while you were still forming inside her. It follows that pulse again tonight, reminding every part of you that you are safe, that you can let go. The world of sleep is not absence. It is creation. In its darkness, your DNA repairs the fine lines of its code, correcting tiny mistakes left by sunlight and stress. Within the bone marrow, new blood cells are born, ready to carry oxygen and life. Deep in your liver, damaged cells are replaced, toxins dismantled, balance restored. Even the skin, which faced the harsh light of day, renews itself layer by layer. Sleep is the sculptor of wholeness, shaping you again from the inside out. Imagine it, the body glowing faintly beneath closed eyes, each organ performing its quiet task. It's a workshop of light hidden in darkness. Your cells hum softly in their silent labor, not with effort, but with devotion. They are guided by peace, not pressure. And the deeper your rest, the more devoted their work becomes. Sometimes people fear sleep as if it were an interruption of life. But it is life's truest expression of trust. To sleep is to surrender, to hand your existence back to the mysterious intelligence that formed you. In this surrender, you are held, protected, renewed. You are no longer doing. You are being, and being is enough. Think of the animals that curl into nests, the flowers that close their petals, the ocean that calms when the moon rises. The entire world sleeps in its own way. You are part of that same rhythm. Every living thing honors this nightly ritual because it is the pulse of survival itself. Sleep is how life remembers to begin again. Now picture the heart beating slower but stronger, sending waves of calm through your veins. The muscles, free from effort, soften into warmth. The mind loosens its grip, releasing the day's worries into the night air. You no longer have to carry anything. The darkness is not heavy. It is a cradle. In deep sleep, your brain enters stages like tides, one leading into another. The first is gentle, the descent. The next is deep, where dreams begin to form, weaving emotion and memory together. Then comes the profound silence of slow wave sleep, when body and soul align in their purest harmony. This is the temple of repair, the place where healing truly happens. In that darkness, time dissolves. The body writes its symphony without you needing to conduct it. Scientists have discovered that even the heart and brain communicate differently during sleep. Their electrical signals align, forming a language of recovery. The immune cells follow suit, adjusting their behavior in response to this calm electricity. The entire organism becomes one vast field of coordination. Every pulse, every whisper of energy contributes to your renewal. And while this happens, the dream world opens a mirror made of feeling and symbol. Sometimes it reflects your hidden hopes, sometimes your quiet fears, But always it teaches the body and mind how to integrate what they could not resolve in the light. Dreaming is emotional repair, a gentle conversation between your heart and your memory. When you wake, you are not the same person who fell asleep. Within you, chemistry has changed. Tissues have been reborn. The morning's first breath is not just oxygen, it is a declaration that healing has taken place. Even if you do not feel it immediately, it is happening. You are being restored in ways no waking effort could achieve. So tonight, let your eyes grow heavy. Let the rhythm of your breath slow, matching the tide of this invisible ocean. You do not have to think your way to sleep. You only have to allow yourself to fall into it, like a leaf settling on still water. Your body knows the way home. Sleep is not an escape. It is a reunion with the wisdom that made you, with the energy that sustains you, with the peace that has been waiting patiently within you. Each night is a small resurrection, each dream a quiet prayer of renewal. And as you drift, remember this truth: even when your mind lets go, your body continues to love you, healing, rebuilding, keeping you alive with infinite grace. Now rest, dear listener. Let this night be gentle. Let sleep open its door and welcome you into the workshop of stars inside your own skin. Here in this stillness, you are already being made whole again. You are still drifting in the soft current of sleep, where the body repairs itself and the soul learns silence. The workshop of healing hums quietly beneath your skin, every cell glowing with quiet purpose. And now, as dawn begins to stretch its light across the horizon, something ancient stirs to life. A faint brightness touches your eyelids, and even before you open your eyes, your body remembers what to do. Light, that simple, sacred element, has returned to guide the rhythm of your being. Let us rise gently into it now, into the subtle science and the tender poetry of light itself. Morning arrives not with noise, but with light, that soft golden whisper that brushes against your skin before thought begins. It seeps through curtains and dances over the walls, not to wake you abruptly, but to remind your body that life continues. You may not realize it, but your eyes, your skin, and even the smallest cells within you are listening. They know this language, the quiet language of light. When the first rays touch your face, a message travels deep into the brain. It passes through the eyes, through the delicate fibers of the optic nerve, until it reaches a small cluster of cells called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, your body's inner clock. This clock has no hands or numbers, yet it keeps time with astonishing precision. The light tells it the world has turned again. It is time to awaken. From that moment, an orchestra begins. Hormones that rested during the night stir awake. Cortisol rises gently, not as a stress, but as an invitation to alertness. Melatonin, the sleepy messenger of darkness, fades back into its secret vault. Your metabolism quickens, your temperature warms, and your mind begins to stretch like a cat waking from slumber. All this from a touch of sunlight, the oldest signal known to life. Light is more than illumination, it is rhythm. Since the beginning of existence, all living things have followed its cycles: dawn for activity, dusk for rest. Your body is a reflection of this cosmic rhythm. The pulse of your heart, the timing of your hormones, the renewal of your cells, all these dance in harmony with the rising and setting of the sun. Even plants that have never seen the sky still pulse with this internal day and night, their chemistry synchronized to an ancient clock written into the code of life itself. Now imagine standing outside in the first light of morning. The air is cool, touched by the scent of dew. The sky is neither dark nor bright, but a tender in-between that fragile hour when the world takes its first breath. As the sun rises, its light moves through invisible colors from deep blue to gold. Each wavelength speaks differently to your body. The blue light in particular tells your system to awaken fully, to regulate mood, to sharpen memory, to steady the beat of your heart. It's as though the sky itself becomes your doctor, prescribing clarity through color. This is why sunlight is often called medicine. When it reaches the skin, it activates the creation of vitamin D, a compound that strengthens bones, supports immunity, and lifts the mind. A few minutes in this gentle radiance can shift your entire biology, reminding your body that it belongs to the living world. The sun does not simply warm you, it calibrates you. But balance matters. Too little light and the body forgets its rhythm. Too much and it grows weary. The wisdom lies in moderation. The same truth found in every aspect of healing. Morning light, soft and golden, nurtures. Harsh noon light, though powerful, must be met with care. Even the setting sun speaks differently. Its red glow telling the body that evening approaches, that it is time once again to slow, to breathe, to prepare for rest. Throughout the day, your cells respond to these subtle shifts in light. Some release energy when brightness peaks. Others save their labor for dusk. Light tells them when to divide, when to repair, when to rest. Even your DNA listens, adjusting its repair mechanisms according to the hour. The body and the sun are not separate, they are collaborators in the art of staying alive. You might notice how your mood changes with light. A cloudy morning feels heavy. A sunlit afternoon feels lighter, more possible. This is no coincidence. When sunlight touches your skin and eyes, it increases serotonin, the neurotransmitter of peace and joy. The same molecule that later transforms into melatonin at night, helping you sleep. Light writes the emotional calendar of your day. It teaches your body when to rise and when to return to stillness. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine light not as brightness but as touch. Feel it settle on your eyelids, warm and forgiving. Beneath that warmth, your heart aligns its rhythm to the outside world. The boundaries between you and the sky soften. You are not merely under the light, you are made of it. Every atom within you was once forged in the furnace of a star. The light you see is the same light that once lived inside you. Even in the deepest night, traces of this luminosity remain. The cells of your body emit faint photons, tiny pulses of light that help them communicate. Scientists call them biophotons, but you might think of them as whispers of your original radiance. These flashes move through you like messages, helping cells coordinate their repairs, guiding growth, preserving harmony. You are a constellation in motion, glowing quietly, even when the room is dark. When evening comes, the language of light changes. Blue tones fade, and the softer oranges and reds of sunset arrive to calm your system. The brain senses this shift and begins releasing melatonin once again. The body listens, heart rate slows, muscles relax, temperature drops. The day exhales. What began in brightness ends in grace. In this eternal exchange, Light and darkness are not enemies, they are partners in the same dance. One awakens you, the other restores you. One teaches motion, the other teaches stillness. Together they write the rhythm of your existence. Without this balance, even the body's inner healing would lose its timing. Tomorrow when you wake and sunlight finds your face, try not to rush. Let it arrive as blessing. Stand by a window or step outside for a few quiet breaths. Let the morning light enter your eyes not just to see, but to remember that you belong to this cycle. You are a creature of day and night, of sun and moon, of radiance and rest. And tonight, when darkness returns, do not fear its arrival. The same sun that shines by day travels silently through your blood as memory. The light you received this morning will guide your sleep tonight. You carry both sunrise and sunset within you. Light is life's first language. It tells your heart when to wake your mind, when to dream your cells, when to heal. And as you drift once more into calm, let the memory of this truth soothe you. Every beam of sunlight that ever touched your skin still lives somewhere inside you, glowing, patient, eternal, waiting to remind you that you are made of light. The light that once filled the room has softened, now fading into a golden hush that lingers against your skin like memory. It has spoken its language to your body, awakening, aligning, teaching your cells when to rise and when to rest. And as twilight deepens, your inner world glows quietly in return. The rhythm of life continues beneath the surface, an unbroken pattern of change and renewal. For deep within you lies another kind of memory, not of thought, but of form. The body remembers how to heal, how to return to balance, how to become whole again. Let us listen to that remembrance now. There is a wisdom inside you older than words. It does not speak in language yet. It knows precisely what to do. This wisdom lives in your cells, those tiny architects of flesh and spirit that rebuild you moment by moment. They remember everything your body has ever survived. Every cut, every ache, every quiet recovery has been written into them like notes in a song. And each time healing begins anew, they hum that melody again, softly, faithfully, perfectly in tune with life's intention. When your skin is wounded, the body does not panic. Beneath the surface, a familiar choreography unfolds. Blood flows toward the opening, clotting into a gentle seal. Fibroblasts arrive like builders carrying invisible thread, weaving collagen into bridges of repair. New skin cells climb upward, meeting at the center until the gap closes. The process is precise, practiced, and astonishingly calm, as if your body has rehearsed this moment 1,000 times before. Because in truth, it has. The memory of healing is older than the wound. Each cell carries a blueprint of wholeness. Even as it ages, divides, and eventually fades, it leaves behind instructions, molecular whispers, that guide the next generation. These messages teach the body what complete feels like, what harmony means. The cells that rise to replace the old ones know their task, not because they think, but because they remember. It is the memory of returning, of mending, of homecoming. Science calls this regenerative intelligence. You might call it grace. For what else could describe a force so faithful that it never gives up on you, no matter how many times you are broken? The body's memory does not stop at the physical. Deep within the tissues lies the echo of emotion. The body remembers laughter, and it remembers grief. Muscles tighten around fear the way the heart curls around loss. These memories can linger in posture and breath, in the way the shoulders hold tension, or the stomach tightens under stress. But just as cells remember how to heal from injury, so too can they release these echoes. The same wisdom that mends skin can soften sorrow. The same rhythm that rebuilds bone can rebuild trust. When calm returns through breath, through silence, through love, these cellular memories shift. They unravel their grip, letting the body exhale what it has carried too long. Healing then becomes more than repair. It becomes forgiveness written into the flesh. Imagine an old scar on your skin. Perhaps it is small and nearly invisible now. Once it hurt. Once it bled. But over time it faded, softened, learned to belong to you. Beneath it, thousands of cells worked together, rebuilding the bridge between past and present. That scar is not a flaw. It is a signature of resilience, proof that your body once remembered how to begin again. Even the smallest injuries awaken this ancient remembrance. When a child scrapes a knee, tears flow, then stop. Laughter soon returns. The skin rebuilds itself as if following a map that was never lost. Adults are no different. The memory of healing waits quietly within us, all ready to be awakened by the smallest spark of care. Sometimes the memory goes deeper still. When an old wound is reopened, physical or emotional, the surrounding cells respond faster than before. Scientists call it tissue priming. It's as though the body says, "We have been here before. We know what to do." Blood flows more swiftly, immune cells move with purpose, and the orchestra begins its work almost before the first note is played. Even scars carry a faint memory of their making, guiding the next act of recovery. In this way, the body grows wiser with every challenge. It refines its responses, strengthening its understanding of balance. Healing is not a single act. It is a lifelong education. Each recovery teaches the body how to be more graceful, more efficient, more compassionate toward itself. Think of your body now as a living library. Each cell is a page, each heartbeat a word, each breath a chapter. The stories written there are not of defeat, but of resilience. They tell of bones that mended hearts, that kept beating lungs, that found air even when grief felt too heavy. Your body remembers every victory you have forgotten. Even when you feel weary, that library remains open, its keepers awake and working. The cells are always learning, always listening for the rhythm of life that whispers, "Continue." They do not measure your worth by your failures or fears. To them, you are a masterpiece, constantly being restored, never finished, never broken beyond repair. Sometimes the memory of wholeness is quieted by stress or sorrow, but it is never erased. A single deep breath, a gentle touch, or a moment of laughter can remind your body of what it once knew by heart, that healing is its nature. You don't have to command it. You only have to trust it. Picture now the hidden layers beneath your skin. They are not empty spaces, but landscapes of light and motion. Rivers of blood, forests of muscle, fields of connective tissue, all alive with the hum of renewal. And within them, the guardians of memory. Those ancient, tireless cells are always tending the garden. They prune, they rebuild, they replant. They do not rush. They do not sleep. They simply remember the way back to harmony. Perhaps this is the most comforting truth of all. Your body is on your side. Even when pain comes, even when exhaustion settles in, it is not a sign of failure, but of effort, the body's devotion to keeping you whole. Every ache is a message of care. Every pulse is a promise. So tonight, as you rest in the dim glow of evening, imagine those countless tiny lives within you, working in peace. They are remembering your wholeness for you, even when you forget it yourself. Their rhythm is steady, their light constant. You are not broken. You are in the process of remembering who you are. And when morning returns with its golden whisper of light, your cells will rise to greet it, carrying the same ancient wisdom they have always held, that life knows how to begin again. That healing is not a miracle to wait for. It is a memory being sung quietly inside you right now. The body remembers. Even now, while you rest, millions of tiny lives within you are rebuilding and remembering what wholeness feels like. Their rhythm is gentle, their loyalty infinite. Yet memory alone is not enough. Every living thing, from the smallest cell to the turning of the earth, depends on something greater, a rhythm that binds all existence together. It is the unseen conductor guiding when to wake, when to eat, when to dream, and when to heal. As the night deepens and silence folds around you, let us drift toward that rhythm, the quiet harmony that keeps all life in balance. Your body is a symphony, and rhythm is its first language. Long before you learned to speak, before you even drew your first breath, you were already moving to a hidden beat, your mother's heartbeat echoing through the dark warmth that carried you. That rhythm became the foundation of your being. It taught your cells how to divide your lungs, how to open your heart, how to keep time. And though you have long since entered the wider world, that rhythm has never left you. It continues now, steady and faithful, guiding every pulse, every sigh, every delicate thread of life within you. Every organism on earth dances to this same invisible music. The heart contracts and relaxes. The lungs expand and release. The tides rise and fall, and the earth itself spins toward and away from the sun. This is balance, a harmony written into the very fabric of existence. The science of it is called circadian rhythm, but you may simply know it as the rhythm of being alive. Within this cycle, every system of your body follows the sun and moon's quiet cues. When morning light first brushes your skin, it stirs a cascade of signals. Hormones awaken, blood pressure gently rises, and your senses open to the promise of day. As the hours unfold, your metabolism hums at its peak. Your mind sharpens. Your heart beats with purpose. Then, as dusk approaches, the rhythm changes, the body softens. The pulse slows. The mind begins to fold inward. It is not fatigue. It is wisdom. Your body knows that rest is not the opposite of action, but part of its sacred rhythm. Every organ has its own schedule, its own song in the great concert of time. The liver performs its deepest cleansing during the dark hours, filtering the remnants of the day. The heart's rhythm strengthens with sunrise, preparing for the work ahead. The skin renews itself in the softness of night. Even your brain keeps time, releasing waves of energy that rise and fall in cycles like ocean tides. Nothing in you is random. Everything is music. When you honor this rhythm, life flows effortlessly. When you resist it, fatigue follows, not as punishment, but as reminder. Modern life, with its constant light and endless motion, often drowns out this natural song. We stay awake long after the sun has slept. We eat when our body craves stillness. We move when it asks for rest. And yet the body never stops trying to guide us home. It whispers through yawns, through tension, through the slow pull of tired eyes. Come back to the rhythm. Return to balance. Imagine for a moment that you could hear your body's music as clearly as your favorite melody. You'd hear the tempo quicken with excitement, soften with sorrow, grow quiet in peace. The rhythm of your breath would blend with your heartbeat, and your heartbeat would harmonize with the pulse of the earth beneath you. You would realize that you have never truly been separate from the world, that your very biology is tuned to the rhythm of creation itself. Scientists have discovered that even the smallest cells keep time. Within them are molecular clocks, proteins that tick and talk, like miniature suns and moons regulating when to divide, when to rest, when to heal. These cellular rhythms synchronize across the body, creating an elegant pattern of activity and recovery. Healing, too, follows this order. Tissues repair more quickly during certain hours, guided by these internal tides. It is as though every cell waits for the right note before beginning its song. Sleep is the night's movement within this symphony, while wakefulness is the day's response. Between the two lies twilight, the gentle interlude where the tempo slows, where the body transitions from one melody to another. This is why dawn and dusk feel sacred. The air itself seems to hold its breath. In those moments, balance is not something to be achieved, but something to be felt. The same rhythm exists in emotion. Joy expands like daylight, grief contracts like night. There is wrong. Both are essential. Without night, dawn could not arrive. Without sorrow, joy would lose its tenderness. Even your heart mirrors this truth, tightening, then releasing each contraction, followed by peace. Balance is not stillness. It is movement that knows when to pause. Try to notice as you breathe now how your own rhythm shifts. Perhaps your breath lengthens, your chest rises slower, your shoulders ease. You are aligning without effort, returning to the frequency of calm. This is the body remembering harmony. The longer you listen, the more synchronized you become, breath with heartbeat, heartbeat with thought, thought with silence. Healing depends on this harmony. When your inner rhythms fall into disarray, the body grows uncertain like an orchestra without a conductor. But the moment you slow down, the conductor returns. The hormones, the nerves, the cells all find their cues again. Energy begins to flow, inflammation fades, and peace quietly replaces strain. Even your immune system listens to rhythm, strengthening and softening as day turns to night. You may wonder, how can something as simple as balance heal? Yet balance is what keeps the stars in orbit, what keeps the oceans from drowning the land, what keeps your heart from tiring. In every form, healing is balance. Rediscovered the body remembering its tempo, the mind remembering its rest. Each day offers you this chance to tune yourself anew. Greet the morning light slowly. Let your eyes adjust to its gold. Eat when the body is awake enough to welcome nourishment. Move when energy peaks, and rest when it begins to fade. Let evening's darkness wrap you gently, as if the universe were pulling a blanket over your shoulders. You are not a machine meant to run without pause. You are a rhythm, a cycle, a living metronome set by the cosmos. The sun does not question its rising, nor does the moon apologize for waning. They follow their design faithfully, and so do you. The more you honor these patterns, the more you align with the quiet science of life, and the more healing becomes effortless. Tonight, as you surrender to the rhythm of rest, know that you are perfectly on time. The heartbeat, the breath, the turning of the earth, all are moving in harmony, all are carrying you gently toward renewal. Balance is not something to chase. It is already within you, pulsing softly beneath every breath. All you need to do is listen. The rhythm of balance continues to hum softly within you. Your heart, your breath, and even your thoughts have settled into the same gentle pulse as the turning earth. You have learned that healing is not force, but flow, not control, but surrender. And yet beneath this harmony lies something even more mysterious. There is a light within you that never fades, a quiet radiance that guides every cell, every signal, every heartbeat. You cannot see it yet. It shapes your entire existence. Tonight we step beyond rhythm and into radiance, into the unseen brilliance that lives inside every living thing. If you could see inside your body right now, you might think it was dark. But the truth is far more extraordinary. Every cell within you glows faintly and visibly, sending out pulses of light that shimmer through your tissues like stars scattered across a night sky. Scientists call them biophotons, tiny bursts of energy that carry information guiding cells to heal, to grow, to remember their harmony. These lights flicker in patterns of communication so subtle they almost sing. You are made not only of matter, but of luminous language. Imagine the first spark that ever existed, the one that split darkness into form. That same spark lives in you still. It is not just metaphor. It is physics, biology, and mystery woven together. Each atom in your body was once part of a star. Long before you were born, before the earth had oceans or trees, those atoms burned in the heart of suns. When those stars died, they scattered their light across the universe. And from that dust, you were formed. Every heartbeat is a quiet echo of those explosions, every breath a continuation of their flame. This inner light does more than illuminate. It organizes. Within your cells, these electromagnetic whispers act like gentle instructions, helping tissues repair after injury, and guiding the rhythm of healing. When you are at peace, the light flows smoothly, unbroken. When stress and fear cloud the mind, the signals grow jagged, like static across a song. That is why calm feels so good. It is not just emotion, but alignment. In tranquility, your inner light shines clearer. Picture the heart now not as a muscle, but as a lantern. Each beat sends an electromagnetic wave into the space around you, a field of energy that scientists can measure several feet beyond your body. It changes with your emotions, brightening with love, softening with compassion, dimming with worry. The heart is not only the source of blood, but also of radiance. It broadcasts who you are in light invisible to the eye, but felt by everything alive. Perhaps this is why presence can comfort without words. When someone kind stands near you, your heartbeat synchronizes with theirs. Your fields of energy begin to dance together, sharing information faster than thought. This is empathy written in electricity. Compassion expressed as coherence. When you love, when you forgive, when you breathe in peace, your light becomes steady, and the world around you brightens in response. Even your brain listens to light. Within its vast network, neurons flash in pulses that ripple like fireflies through summer air. These electrical sparks create the landscape of thought, the architecture of memory. When you dream, the lights rearrange themselves into patterns of meaning, stitching emotion and experience together. Every idea, every image, every word you have ever spoken began as a spark of light in the darkness behind your eyes. Some traditions call this light the soul, others call it energy consciousness or divine spark. Science may describe it in volts and photons, but the essence remains the same. It is the proof that life is not mechanical, but radiant. Every wound you have ever healed, every tear that has ever dried, every heartbeat that has carried you through despair, has been guided by this quiet luminosity, this inner conversation between matter and light. When you close your eyes and breathe slowly, you can almost feel it. A soft tingling beneath the skin, a warmth at the center of your chest, a gentle glow that isn't seen but known. That is your internal sunrise reminding you that illumination does not only come from above, it also rises from within. Your light listens to the world around you too. When morning sunlight touches your eyes, it doesn't stop at vision. The light becomes chemistry, telling your brain when to awaken, when to release serotonin, when to begin again. Even the cells of your skin understand this conversation. They absorb photons, turning them into energy that fuels healing and strengthens immunity. You are in constant dialogue with the sun even when clouds veil the sky. But there is another kind of light, the one that needs no sun. It flickers quietly in the bloodstream, guiding immune cells toward their destinations. It glows in the gentle charge that draws new tissue across a wound, shaping the path of repair. It whispers through your nerves, carrying messages faster than sound. It is the same light that helps your heart find its rhythm, and your mind find rest. You might say that light is the language of healing, spoken fluently by the body even in silence. At times of grief or fear, this inner radiance dims, but it never disappears. Like embers beneath ash, it waits for air, for a breath, a prayer, a moment of stillness to awaken it again. Even in illness, even in pain, light gathers beneath the surface, preparing to rebuild. Healing begins not when something is added, but when this light is remembered. You can feel its truth in moments of awe, when the sun sets in colors too vivid for words, when music moves you to tears, when you hold someone's hand and feel warmth that transcends flesh. In those moments, the inner and outer lights recognize each other. They merge, and you remember that you are not a body carrying a soul, but a soul shaping a body of light. Now imagine this radiance spreading gently through you, like a dawn rising under your skin. From the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, the light flows, clearing, softening, renewing. It moves through the heart, brightening its pulse, through the mind, quieting its noise, through the cells, repairing what time has worn. You are being rewritten by light, one luminous breath at a time. This light speaks softly, saying, "You are not broken. You are becoming. It reminds you that even darkness has a purpose to help the light be seen. It teaches you that healing is not a miracle outside yourself, but the radiance already within you, waiting for attention. So, as you rest now, imagine this quiet brilliance cradling you. Feel it humming beneath your ribs, shining behind your closed eyes, wrapping you in warmth that neither fades nor fails. You are luminous. You are alive. And somewhere in the vast silence of your being, the light within you is speaking, whispering the oldest truth of all that you are and have always been made of light. The light within you still glows quiet and alive like the soft ember of a forgotten sunrise. It moves through your veins, through the still chambers of your heart, through the silence of your dreams. It knows where to go to places the mind cannot reach, repairing, reminding, restoring. Yet light alone is not enough. To stay radiant, the soul must also feel. The body's wisdom is not just in chemistry or rhythm, but in the fragile beauty of emotion. Tonight, let us listen to that deeper current, to the language of laughter, of tears, and of the feelings that shape the way your body heals. Inside you lives an ocean of emotion, vast, shimmering, alive. Sometimes it is calm, sometimes it storms, but it is always sacred. Every feeling you've ever known, from joy to sorrow, leaves a trace in this ocean. The body does not separate the emotional from the physical. To your cells, a thought is not just an idea. It is an electrical storm, a pulse of chemicals, a vibration that changes everything. And so your emotions are not abstract. They are physical forces that shape the way you live, the way you breathe, the way you heal. When you laugh, something astonishing happens. Muscles contract in waves. The lungs empty and fill with fresh air, and your heart joins in the rhythm. Endorphins, your body's natural healers, surge into your bloodstream. They move through you like sunlight through glass, dissolving pain, lifting the weight of fatigue. Blood vessels open, oxygen flows more freely, and the immune system, sensing joy, begins to dance. Laughter, simple and ancient, is one of the body's oldest medicines. It reminds every cell that life is not only survival, but celebration. Think of a moment when you truly laughed, the kind of laughter that left you breathless, your eyes watering, your body helpless in joy. In that moment, you weren't just happy, you were free. The barriers between thought and body dissolved. Time disappeared. That was healing disguised as humor. The body loves that kind of freedom because when you let go in laughter, you give permission for your entire being to breathe again. And then there are tears, the opposite, yet just as holy. The body weeps not from weakness, but from wisdom. Tears are the rivers of release, carrying out what words cannot. Emotional tears are chemically unique, richer in stress hormones, in toxins the body no longer needs. When you cry, your body is cleansing itself, just as rain purifies the air after a storm. It is a form of exhale, a surrender to something larger than yourself. There are many kinds of tears. The tears of pain, of relief, of gratitude, of beauty. Each one tells your nervous system, I am safe enough to feel. They soften the edges of grief. They bring the body back into balance. When tears fall, the heart becomes lighter, and breathing deepens once again. This is not sorrow's punishment. It is sorrow's remedy. The rhythm of emotion mirrors the rhythm of nature. Joy is like daylight, radiant and warm. Sadness is like the night, deep and necessary. The earth does not apologize for its seasons, nor should you. To deny emotion is to interrupt the body's natural tides. When you suppress anger or grief, those energies do not vanish. They simply move inward, becoming tension, fatigue, illness. But when you allow them to flow through a sigh, a cry, a laugh, you invite the body to return to its rightful rhythm. Healing begins where emotion is allowed to breathe. Science now confirms what the soul has always known. Emotion changes biology. Joy boosts immune cells. Love regulates heartbeat. Gratitude stabilizes hormones. Meanwhile, prolonged fear or despair can alter the body's chemistry, narrowing vessels, exhausting the adrenal glands. But the miracle is that this balance can always be restored. Even a moment of genuine kindness, a smile, a memory, a prayer can reset the entire system. The smallest gesture of peace is enough to begin again. There is a hidden intelligence in emotion, one that modern life often forgets. It tells us what needs tending. Anger points to a boundary crossed. Sadness points to something we cherished. Fear points to what we value most. Each emotion is a messenger, not an enemy. When you listen instead of resisting, they speak gently. Take care of what is fragile. Honor what is leaving. Cherish what remains. The body understands this language instinctively. You can test it yourself. Think of something you love deeply. A face, a place, a memory that makes your heart soften. Feel the warmth that spreads across your chest. That warmth is not imagination. It is the gentle release of oxytocin, the hormone of trust. It lowers your blood pressure, steadies your pulse, and tells your immune system, you are safe. The body does not distinguish between love imagined and love received. It only knows the chemistry of care. And so laughter and tears, though they seem opposite, are two sides of the same truth. Both are ways the body releases what it cannot hold forever. To laugh is to let joy escape. To cry is to let pain go. In both there is freedom. The heart, which beats for you tirelessly, understands this balance perfectly. It speeds with joy, slows with sorrow, but it never stops. It keeps your rhythm no matter what storms rise within you. Healing then is not about never feeling pain, but about allowing every feeling its time to speak, and its time to rest. The happiest people are not those who avoid sadness. They are the ones who let it move through them like wind through trees. The strongest hearts are not the ones that never break, but the ones that keep beating after they do. And somewhere deep within you, the light you met in the last chapter shines brighter whenever you feel, because light loves truth. Joy makes it sparkle. Sorrow makes it glow softly like candlelight in a window on a rainy night. Even grief becomes beautiful when seen as proof of love that still lives within you. So tonight, as you lie in this gentle quiet, allow yourself to feel whatever lingers in your heart. Do not chase it away. Let it rise. Let it move. Let it soften you. If a smile comes, let it stay. If tears come, let them fall. The body will know what to do. Each breath, each emotion, each pulse of your heart is part of the same miracle, the great song of being alive. And when you wake tomorrow, know this: every laugh you share, every tear you release, every tender feeling you allow, is your body's way of saying thank you. Thank you for trusting life enough to feel it fully. The tide of emotion slowly settles now. The echoes of laughter fade like gentle ripples on a lake, and the traces of tears glisten softly in their quiet aftermath. What remains is peace, not the absence of feeling, but the calm that comes after the heart has spoken and been heard. The body lighter now breathes differently. The rhythm has changed. It feels like gratitude, that quiet, glowing warmth that rises when you realize how precious it is simply to exist. As your breath deepens and your soul grows still, let us step into this new light, into the healing power of a thankful heart. Gratitude is the breath of the soul. It is not just an emotion, it is a way of seeing a gentle turning of the heart toward what is already good. When you give thanks even silently, something shifts inside you. The chest expands, the heartbeat steadies, the body softens. It is as if every cell pauses for a moment to listen, to absorb this whisper of appreciation. The science of it is subtle, but the feeling is ancient. Gratitude tells the body, you are safe now. You are cared for. You can heal. Imagine waking in the early morning light and simply saying thank you, not for something grand or extraordinary, but for the simple fact that you are still here. That breath still moves in and out. That your hands still know how to reach your eyes, still know how to see. Gratitude turns ordinary existence into a miracle. It transforms survival into grace. The body understands this truth more deeply than the mind ever could. When you dwell in gratitude, the chemistry of peace begins to bloom within you. Your heart, that quiet guardian of life, loves gratitude. When you feel thankful, it changes its rhythm, becoming more coherent, more harmonious. The waves of your heartbeat align with your breathing, and the electrical field around you steadies like calm water. Scientists have recorded this phenomenon and call it heart coherence. But the heart doesn't need names. It simply knows. It beats differently when you live in thankfulness, slower, steadier, truer. Gratitude affects the whole body in ways we barely comprehend. It lowers stress hormones, strengthens immunity, balances blood pressure. It increases the release of dopamine and serotonin, the brain's natural messengers of joy. Even your immune cells become more responsive, more compassionate in their defense of you. It is as though the entire body, upon hearing the heart whisper, "Thank you," replies in chorus, "Then let us live well." But gratitude is not blind happiness. It does not ignore pain or pretend that life is perfect. True gratitude grows out of the soil of imperfection. It finds beauty even in the broken things, the way light falls across a scar, the way a wound teaches tenderness. It is the quiet decision to love what is even while hoping for what might be. Gratitude does not erase sorrow. It gives sorrow meaning. It says, even this has taught me how to see. You may not realize it, but gratitude is a form of prayer. Not the kind that asks, but the kind that listens. It is the soul's way of bowing to the present moment and saying, I see you here too. When you say thank you for breath, for sunlight, for forgiveness, for another chance, you align yourself with the rhythm of life itself. You stop struggling against what is, and instead begin to flow with it. Healing loves that kind of surrender. Think of the small moments that make up your days. The scent of coffee, the kindness of a stranger, the laughter of someone you love. These are not interruptions. They are the sacred threads that hold your story together. Gratitude turns them golden. It allows you to collect the quiet treasures hidden in ordinary hours, to see holiness in the simple act of being alive. Sometimes gratitude is difficult to find. In moments of loss or loneliness, it hides beneath the ache of the heart. But it is always there waiting. Even in grief, gratitude whispers softly, "You loved enough to hurt. You cared enough to miss. You lived deeply enough to remember." To feel sorrow is proof that something once mattered. Gratitude does not deny that pain. It wraps its arms around it, turning grief into reverence. When you practice gratitude even for a few seconds a day, the body remembers. The nervous system hums, the muscles release their grip, the breath lengthens. The brain rewires itself toward positivity, forming new pathways of peace. Over time, gratitude becomes your natural posture, not forced, but effortless, like breathing. It teaches the heart to look for light, even in shadow. Let yourself feel it now. Think of one thing, small or vast, that you are thankful for in this moment. Maybe it's the steady beat of your own heart, the soft breath that keeps you alive, or the memory of a voice you love. Let that image fill you until your chest feels warm. This is the medicine. This is what your body has been waiting for. Not perfection, but presence. When gratitude fills you, something sacred unfolds. The mind grows quiet, the heart opens, and the soul becomes luminous. Even your energy changes. You radiate peace, and others can feel it without words. The room brightens, the air softens, the world responds. Gratitude does not stay still. It multiplies. Every thankful thought sends ripples outward, touching lives you may never see. The beauty of gratitude is that it turns everything into a gift. The breath becomes holy. The moment becomes eternal. You begin to see that life is not happening to you, but through you, that every challenge, every joy, every heartbeat is part of a larger conversation between you and creation. And as you listen, you realize that the answer has always been the same: love. Tonight, as you rest, let gratitude become the final note of your day. Let it flow through your bloodstream like gentle light. Thank your body for its tireless devotion. Thank your heart for its courage. Thank your breath for its constancy. Thank the quiet for holding you. Each thank you becomes a bridge connecting your body to your soul to the world, and the world back to the source of all life. And when morning comes, may your first thought be simple and true. Thank you. I am here. Because in that single thought, the entire universe exhales, and healing begins again. The warmth of gratitude still lingers in your chest, like a candle that refuses to fade. Its soft glow touches every thought, every breath, every quiet space within you. Gratitude has opened the door to something even greater, to the love that binds all living things, the silent force that heals without words, that moves through your veins like light through glass. Tonight, as the body settles deeper into rest, we enter the most tender room of all, the heart's true home. Here, love is not only an emotion, but a medicine. Not only a feeling, but a way of being. Love begins in stillness. It does not arrive with thunder or demand to be seen. It hums beneath everything, in the rhythm of your heart, in the softness of your breath, in the warmth of a hand resting over yours. Long before you learned the word love, you were held by it. It existed in the pulse that fed you, in the arms that carried you, in the air that filled your lungs. Love is not something you find. It is something you remember. It has been here all along, woven into the architecture of your body. When you feel love, genuine, quiet, unconditional, the body recognizes it instantly. Your heart begins to beat in harmony. Your nervous system softens. Your breath deepens. Hormones shift. Oxytocin flows through your bloodstream. The same chemical that connects a mother to her child, a friend to another in need, two souls in mutual care. Even your cells respond. Inflammation eases pain, diminishes wounds, close more quickly. Love is not poetry alone. It is biochemistry. It is the body's way of healing through connection. Think of the last time you truly loved a person, an animal, even a moment. Perhaps it was when someone's laughter filled the air, or when a small kindness touched you unexpectedly. Remember that feeling, how it softened you, how the air around you seemed lighter. That was your body aligning with life itself. Love, in its purest form, doesn't just move the heart. It reorganizes everything. Every time you love, your body learns safety again. The stress hormones that protect you in moments of danger withdraw. Muscles unclench, digestion improves, blood flows freely to every organ. Love tells your body you are no longer in battle. It invites your entire being to exhale. That is why the embrace of someone you trust can calm you more deeply than any medicine. Touch itself is a form of language older than words, a signal to the nervous system that it can rest. But love is not only shared between people. It also lives in your relationship with life itself, with the ground you walk on, the food you eat, the air that sustains you. When you treat these things with tenderness, your body listens. Gratitude and love intertwine here, becoming one continuous prayer. Every meal becomes communion, every breath a blessing. To love deeply is to live in harmony with all that is alive. Science can trace love's pathways through the brain, through the limbic system, the vagus nerve, the waves of endorphins that flow when you feel affection or belonging. But what science cannot measure is the radiance that love creates. When you love, you become luminous. Your energy expands beyond your skin, touching those near you in ways unseen but deeply felt. Love is contagious in the purest sense. It awakens healing in everyone it touches. There are moments when love hurts, when it breaks, when it leaves, when it reminds you of what you've lost. Yet even in pain, love remains medicine. Grief is simply love that has nowhere to go. The body knows this. It lets you cry to release the ache. It tightens your chest to remind you that something sacred was once held there. Every tear is a drop of devotion, a reminder that you have lived and cared and been touched by another soul. Love does not disappear when it changes form. It continues to live within you, transforming pain into wisdom, absence into compassion. You can love through memory, through forgiveness, through small acts of care. Every time you choose gentleness over judgment, patience over anger, your body responds. It secretes healing hormones. It calms your heart. Even your immune system grows stronger. Love is not only for those who receive it, it nourishes the one who gives it most of all. In the smallest gestures, love finds its way: a kind word, a shared meal, the soft silence between two people who understand each other without speaking. It thrives in connection, not perfection. You do not need to love flawlessly. You only need to love sincerely. Each moment of authentic care, however small, is an offering to life itself. Love also asks for something brave to turn that same tenderness inward. So often we give love freely to others but forget to direct it toward the self that needs it most. Your body longs to be loved by you, to be thanked for its strength, to be forgiven for its limits. When you speak kindly to yourself, when you let go of shame or harsh judgment, you release an energy that the body immediately translates into healing. The cells listen. They respond to compassion like flowers to rain. Try it now, just quietly as you breathe. Place a hand over your heart and whisper, "Thank you for carrying me. Thank you for beating without pause. Thank you for staying even when I forgot to listen." Feel what happens inside when you do this. The body relaxes. The mind softens. The heart opens just a little wider. That is love, turning inward, doing what it has always done. Healing. And when you love yourself in this way, something beautiful happens. You begin to see the world differently. Others' pain feels less distant. Their joy feels more familiar. The barriers between you and the world begin to dissolve. You understand that everyone in their own way is yearning for the same thing: to feel safe, to feel seen, to feel loved. In that understanding, compassion grows. Love is not a task to complete. It is the essence of who you are. It is the light that was kindled in you before birth, the energy that sustains every heartbeat, the quiet power that keeps the universe unfolding. You cannot lose it, only forget it for a while. And each time you remember, through kindness, through connection, through forgiveness, the body rejoices. It finds its way back to balance, back to wholeness. So tonight, let love move through you like a river, gentle, endless, alive. Let it wash away fear, soften tension, and fill every corner of you with warmth. You are surrounded by love, held by it, made of it. And as you drift toward sleep, remember this truth. Love is the first medicine, the oldest, the truest, the one that never runs out. It heals not by force, but by presence, by reminding every cell in your body that you belong to life, and life in all its beauty belongs to you. Love moves through you, still, tender and steady, as a tide beneath the moon. It softens every breath, brings warmth to every corner of your being. But love, when held in stillness, becomes something even deeper: awareness. It begins to listen, to breathe with intention, to rest in the quiet space where body and spirit meet. There, in that still point between heartbeats, lies the oldest wisdom of all, the breath that connects you to life itself. Let us journey there now, into that sacred space where silence becomes healing and breath becomes prayer. Take a slow breath. Feel it enter through your nose, cool and delicate, sliding down your throat and into your chest. It fills you without effort, as though the world itself is moving gently inside you. Now let it go softly, without hurry. Listen to that release. This is life's oldest rhythm. The inhale and exhale, the giving and receiving, the rise and the fall. Everything in creation moves this way. The ocean, the seasons, even the stars, all breathe in their own quiet language of expansion and return. Your breath has been with you since the very beginning. It arrived before your first cry, and will remain until your final sigh. It is both invisible and essential, carrying the secret of balance within its flow. When you breathe consciously, slowly, deeply, lovingly, you awaken the healer that has always lived inside you. With every inhale, you invite renewal. With every exhale, you let go of what no longer serves. Ancient traditions across the world recognized breath as the bridge between the body and the divine. In Sanskrit, it is called prana, life force. In Latin, spiritus, spirit. In Hebrew, ruach, the breath of God. Though their languages differ, they all speak of the same truth, that every breath is sacred. It is the invisible thread that ties you to the living world, to every creature that has ever lived and will ever live. You are breathing what once moved through forests, mountains, oceans, and stars. Modern science agrees in its own way. It tells us that slow, intentional breathing activates the vagus nerve, a gentle messenger that runs from brain to heart to every organ of the body. When you breathe deeply, this nerve sends a signal that says all is well. Heart rate slows, muscles loosen, blood pressure eases. Your body shifts from defense to restoration. You are no longer surviving, you are healing. Stillness begins here in the breath. You do not have to sit cross-legged or escape the world to find it. Stillness is not absence, it is presence. It happens whenever you pause long enough to listen to the quiet hum beneath your thoughts, to the subtle rhythm that has always been with you. When you find that rhythm, the body and mind align. The noise of the day softens. The body remembers peace. Imagine sitting by a lake at dawn. The surface is perfectly still, reflecting the first light of morning. The air is cool, the world unhurried. As you breathe, you feel yourself becoming like that lake, calm, reflective, at peace. Beneath its still surface, water continues to move. Life continues to flow. Stillness does not mean stopping. It means moving without resistance. That is what your breath teaches you, how to flow quietly, without struggle, without fear. In stillness, the mind learns to listen rather than control. You begin to notice the subtle miracles unfolding inside you. The heartbeat keeping its steady rhythm. The lungs expanding like wings. The blood carrying oxygen to every corner of your body. These processes happen whether or not you notice them yet. When you bring your awareness to them, something changes. The body feels seen. The breath deepens. Healing accelerates. Awareness itself becomes medicine. There is wisdom in silence too. It speaks in sensations, the warmth in your chest, the soft pulse in your fingertips, the gentle sway of your body as you breathe. This silence is not empty. It is full of life. It is the voice of creation speaking in the only way it can be heard, through stillness. In those moments when you stop chasing, stop naming, stop needing, you rediscover the simplicity of being. You realize that peace was never lost, only hidden beneath the noise of thought. Breath is memory. Each inhale carries traces of where you have been. Each exhale offers renewal. The body uses the breath to speak to the soul. When you sigh after relief, gasp in wonder, or cry through grief, it is the breath translating feeling into motion. Even in moments of deep pain, when words fail, breathing keeps you tethered to life. The breath is love's quiet servant, working without complaint, giving itself endlessly for your survival. Try closing your eyes now. Inhale gently and imagine drawing in light, soft, warm, golden. Let it fill your chest. and spill into every corner of your being. Hold it there for a moment, then exhale, releasing everything: heavy worry, tension, fatigue. With each breath, more light enters, more heaviness leaves. You do not have to force it. The breath already knows the way. In the rhythm of breathing, the mind begins to mirror the body's patience. Thoughts slow, emotions settle. The distance between moments widens until you feel suspended in a space that is neither thought nor dream, just awareness. That space is healing itself. It is where the body listens to the soul, and the soul in turn listens to God. Every living being breathes. Trees draw in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. The ocean inhales waves and exhales foam. Even the earth expands with heat and contracts with nightfall. You are not separate from these rhythms. You are part of them. Each breath you take connects you to every leaf, every tide, every creature that has ever lived. In this web of respiration, you are never alone. When life feels overwhelming, return to this truth: one breath is enough. One mindful inhale can steady the storm. One gentle exhale can remind you that peace is still possible. The body, ever faithful, will follow your lead. It does not demand perfection, only presence. Even a single breath taken in awareness is an act of prayer, a small but infinite moment of reunion with the divine intelligence that keeps the universe alive. As you rest now, let your breath find its own rhythm. Don't guide it, simply trust it. Let it be soft, unhurried, like the waves that kiss the shore, and retreat again. Feel how the air moves through you, not as something you control, but as something you receive. This is the oldest exchange in the world. Life giving itself to you, and you giving it back. And in this quiet communion between breath and stillness, between body and spirit, you may realize that the miracle of healing has been here all along, not in what you add, but in what you allow. For every breath you take is a whisper of grace, and every moment of stillness is the body remembering that it was made not only to survive, but to rest, to listen, and to be at peace. The breath has carried you gently into silence. Each inhale brought light. Each exhale released weight. In stillness, the world inside you became soft and luminous. A quiet ocean where nothing rushed, and everything simply was. And yet within that quiet, another force begins to stir, subtle but powerful. It is the quiet flame of hope flickering deep within the chest. You feel it when dawn follows a long night, when faith returns after despair, when the heart chooses to believe again. This hope is not fragile. It is the pulse of creation itself. Let us step closer to it now, to the mysterious power by which belief can transform the very chemistry of life. Hope is invisible, but the body can feel it. It arrives like a breath of spring air after winter, unseen yet undeniable. You know it by the way your shoulders lighten, by the way the chest opens, and the world seems to expand around you. Even a small spark of hope can alter your heartbeat, your hormones, your immune system. It is not fantasy, it is physiology. To the body, hope is instruction, a signal that says, continue healing, continue living, continue believing that life can be good again. Inside your brain lies a delicate network of chemistry that listens to every emotion. When despair speaks, certain hormones flood your system, tightening muscles, slowing digestion, draining energy. But when hope whispers, everything shifts. Dopamine begins to flow again, awakening motivation. The heart's rhythm steadies, the breath deepens, and the immune cells move more freely, as though listening to a melody they had almost forgotten. Hope is a biochemical light switch. It turns life back on. Scientists have observed what they call the placebo effect, the measurable healing that occurs when someone believes they are being helped, even if the treatment itself is neutral. But that term, cold as it sounds, is simply another name for hope. Belief is not illusion. It is the mind's way of telling the body, prepare for recovery. And the body obeys. Wounds close faster. Pain lessens, cells regenerate with greater precision. Hope doesn't just comfort the soul, it instructs the flesh. Even the heart responds to hope. When you anticipate goodness, when you imagine a future where things might be better, your heart begins to beat in smoother patterns, sending waves of harmony through your body. The nervous system follows suit, aligning with this new frequency. It is as if the entire organism leans toward light. Hope doesn't deny darkness. It builds a bridge through it. Think of the small moments when hope has found you. A letter that arrived when you needed it most. The first step taken after illness. The day the rain finally stopped. Each of those moments carried more than circumstance. They carried a message to your biology. You are still alive. Keep going. And somewhere inside the cells listened. They always do. The mystery of hope is that it thrives even when logic fails. It grows in places that seem barren, blooms in cracks of brokenness. The body understands this better than the mind. When one cell dies, another rises. When tissue is torn, repair begins. Nature itself is hopeful, relentless in its desire to continue. Your body is made of that same optimism, that same divine stubbornness. Even when you doubt it, does not. Even when you feel lost, it still moves toward healing. Sometimes hope feels distant, a faint echo in a room long empty. But you do not need to summon it with force. Like breath, it returns when you make space for it. When you rest. When you let light touch your face. When you speak kindly to yourself, the spark reignites. The chemistry follows. Hope doesn't need to be grand. It only needs to be honest. One sincere whisper, "Maybe things can change," is enough to awaken the healing that has been waiting quietly beneath your fear. Hope also shapes the way we see one another. When you look at another person with hope, when you believe in their ability to heal, to grow, to become, you lend them strength. The human heart is wired to mirror. Your faith in another can regulate their breathing, steady their pulse, and lower their stress. This is why encouragement feels physical, why kind words ease pain. Hope is not a solitary emotion. It is contagious. It passes from one body to another like light shared between candles. Even prayer is a form of hope, a dialogue between the seen and the unseen. When you pray, you lift your thoughts beyond the boundary of flesh, sending them into a field where energy and intention meet. Whether you call it faith, love, or divine grace, the result is the same. Hope becomes movement, and movement becomes life. The very act of hoping strengthens the pathways that make healing possible. In times of despair, it may feel easier to close the heart, to protect it from disappointment. But a guarded heart cannot receive light. The secret is not to force hope, but to allow the smallest opening. The heart does not need proof, only permission. Say to yourself, I don't know how healing will come, but I believe it can. The body will hear you. Cells will begin to align with that belief, translating faith into biochemistry, possibility into repair. When hope takes root, everything inside you begins to organize around it. Thoughts clear, breath deepens, posture straightens. The body, no longer braced against fear, becomes a vessel for light again. Hope turns chaos into coordination, fatigue into patience, illness into invitation. It says to the broken parts, come, it's time to rebuild. Imagine for a moment that hope is a gentle flame inside your chest. When you focus on it, it grows warmer, steadier. It illuminates every hidden corner of you, the pain, the fear, the unanswered questions. It does not demand that they vanish. It simply brings light to them, and in that light something begins to shift. Fear softens into understanding. Doubt loosens its grip. You realize that healing is not a destination but a direction, and hope is the compass that points you there. Even in your darkest nights, remember the stars you see are light from the past, traveling across years of silence to reach you now. Hope works the same way. What you hope for may take time, but the light is already on its way. You are already being touched by it, even if you cannot yet see it. So tonight, let hope be your breath, your heartbeat, your quiet companion. Let it wrap around you like warmth against the cold. You don't need to see the path ahead. Hope will guide your steps in its own time. Trust that your body, your mind, your spirit already know what to do with this light. For in every beat of your heart, in every breath that sustains you, life itself is whispering the same word again and again. Continue. Hope has carried you far like a lantern through a long night, its soft light guiding every uncertain step. You have breathed with awareness, rested in love, healed through stillness, and listened to the wisdom of your body. Yet as the journey deepens, something even larger begins to unfold. A quiet realization that healing is not merely the mending of flesh or feeling, but the awakening of a vast harmony that connects all things. Within you, the body, mind, and spirit move together like a constellation of light, a universe in miniature reflecting the same order that turns the stars above. Let us wander there now into the sacred mystery of your inner cosmos, where every heartbeat echoes the song of creation itself. Close your eyes and imagine yourself floating in a vast expanse of starlight. There is no boundary, no edge, only space, infinite and alive. Each pulse of your heart sends ripples through this quiet sky, and each breath becomes a soft wind moving between galaxies. This is not imagination, this is you. The body is not separate from the universe, it is the universe arranged in a form that can feel and remember and love. Within you, atoms born from ancient stars are still singing their cosmic hymns. Your blood carries their rhythm, your bones their dust, your soul their fire. Every cell within you is a tiny galaxy. The nucleus your sun, the molecules your planets, the electrons your comets in motion. Each one moves with purpose, drawn by invisible laws of balance and energy. What happens in the heavens happens inside you too. Expansion and contraction, light and shadow, birth and renewal. The same intelligence that orchestrates the orbit of planets governs the dance of your cells. You are not a fragment of creation. You are its reflection, its echo, its continuation. When you fall asleep, this universe within you does not rest. It listens, it repairs, it communes with forces older than time. The heart speaks to the brain through magnetic waves. The brain answers with light and the cells obey in quiet precision. It is an endless conversation, a divine dialogue between energy and matter. And when your mind grows still enough to hear it, you realize that every sensation, every heartbeat, every sigh, every tear is a note in the symphony of being alive. Sometimes in the rush of ordinary life you forget this harmony. You feel fragmented, separate, as if your thoughts belong to one world and your body to another. But this division is an illusion. The mind and body are instruments of the same music, each vibrating to the other's tune. A kind thought softens your pulse. A harsh word tightens your chest. Gratitude relaxes the muscles. Fear shrinks them. Even silence changes the chemistry of your blood. Nothing inside you is isolated. Everything speaks to everything else. In the quiet of meditation or the hush before sleep, this truth returns. You begin to sense how the light you carry moves in circles flowing through you, the way planets orbit a star. Energy rises from the base of your spine, spiraling upward like a luminous thread, connecting earth to heaven through your very being. Mystics call this the life current, scientists call it bioelectric flow. But whatever its name, it is love in motion. It is the bridge between the seen and unseen, the force that holds the pattern of you together. When this inner current flows freely, you feel balanced, whole. Thoughts clear, breath deepens, muscles loosen, and emotions find peace. But when it is blocked by fear, by grief, by old pain, you feel disconnected, as though something inside has dimmed. The beauty of the body is that it always knows how to restore flow. A single deep breath can open a blocked channel. A moment of forgiveness can release years of tension. A whisper of faith can send light rushing through every cell. Healing at its core is the restoration of movement energy, finding its way home. Imagine now that you are listening to the heartbeat of the universe. It is slow, vast, steady, the rhythm behind all rhythms. Your heart matches it without effort, aligning its beat to that cosmic pulse. The more you listen, the more you realize there is no inside and outside. The stars that shine above are the same light that glows within. Every spark of energy, whether in your veins or in the heavens, comes from the same source. A love that never ends, a will that never stops creating. Your body. This intricate temple of light is not just matter. It is a vessel of awareness, a sanctuary where spirit experiences itself through sensation. When you treat your body with kindness, you are not simply caring for flesh. You are honoring the universe's art. You are saying to creation itself, I see your beauty in me. When you breathe with reverence, eat with mindfulness, or walk beneath the sky in silence, you participate in the eternal ritual of balance between heaven and earth. Even pain, when viewed through this lens, becomes sacred. It is the body's way of calling for harmony, a signal that one part of the constellation has fallen out of tune. Listening to that pain with compassion is an act of alignment. You are not at war with your body. You are in conversation with it. And in that listening, healing begins again. There is an ancient truth whispered in every tradition: as above, so below. As within, so without. The world around you mirrors your inner landscape. When you cultivate peace inside, the world appears gentler. When you radiate kindness, life responds with grace. Your thoughts ripple outward, shaping reality, like the wind shapes water. The more harmony you nurture within, the more harmony returns to you. Every heartbeat you take sends energy into the field around you. It mingles with the breath of trees, with the hum of bees, with the silent spin of stars. You are part of an infinite exchange, both giving and receiving light. To heal yourself, then, is to heal a part of the world. Each act of kindness, each breath taken in awareness, each prayer whispered with sincerity, adds to the harmony of the whole. Tonight, as you rest, imagine the vast universe breathing with you. The stars inhale when you inhale. The oceans exhale when you exhale. You are not a visitor to creation. You are its continuation, its heartbeat made visible. The galaxies within you and the galaxies beyond are one and the same, both pulsing with the same eternal rhythm. And as you drift towards sleep, let that rhythm carry you not away from the world, but deeper into it. Feel the body expand into the infinite, the mind dissolve into quiet wonder. You are not small. You are not alone. You are the echo of the cosmos remembering itself, the light of creation learning to rest within a human heart. And in that realization, calm, vast and eternal, the healing of the inner universe is complete. The vastness within you slowly quiets now. The stars that once blazed across the inner sky of your being have softened into gentle embers. The universe, having revealed its secrets, settles back into stillness. Your heart, steady and luminous, continues to echo the rhythm of creation, one pulse, one breath, one living prayer. You begin to sense that this journey through body, mind, and spirit was never about becoming something new, but about remembering what you already are. And so in this final chapter, we return to that remembrance, to the sacred truth that healing is not a destination, but a song. The song of life itself still unfolding within you. There comes a moment in every long night when the first light of dawn begins to appear. It doesn't rush. It arrives gently, brushing the horizon with color. The darkness does not fight it, it simply fades, making room for day. That is how healing feels when it is complete. It is not an explosion, not a miracle that strikes suddenly from the outside. It is the slow, certain blooming of light within you, spreading from the heart outward, until the whole being remembers how to shine. Your body knows this rhythm by heart. Every night it falls into stillness. Every morning it awakens, not as the same body, but as one subtly remade. Cells replaced, wounds mended, old energy released. Even as you sleep, the body sings its song of renewal, weaving new patterns from the threads of the day. This is how you were designed, not to remain unchanged, but to be a living poem of transformation, written line by the intelligence of life itself. Imagine standing beneath that early light. The air feels cool and clean. Around you the world begins to stir, leaves trembling, birds testing their first notes, the faint scent of earth rising in the warmth. In this fragile hour, creation seems to breathe again, and you realize that you are breathing with it. You are not an observer of this dawn. You are part of it. Every heartbeat is the earth's heartbeat. Every exhale, the whisper of wind across open fields. Renewal is not only for the body, it is for the soul. You have traveled through darkness and found wisdom there. You have walked through silence and found peace. You have touched grief, love, hope, and faith, and each one has shaped you, polished you, softened you into something more radiant. Healing has not changed who you are. It has revealed you. The scars, the lessons, the quiet moments of surrender, they are not imperfections, but brushstrokes on the masterpiece of your becoming. There is a tenderness in the process of renewal. It asks nothing from you, but trust. The same trust the trees show when they shed their leaves believing spring will return. The same trust the ocean shows when it releases each wave, knowing another will rise. Life is always renewing itself, not by force, but by rhythm. To heal is to fall into that rhythm again, to let yourself be carried by it. Within you the heart hums this truth. Every beat sends out a wave of gratitude for breath, for time, for existence itself. The rhythm is ancient, older than any name you could give it. It is the sound of the universe creating itself again and again through you. You were never separate from this music. You were simply learning to hear it. Science can measure much pulse pressure, the flow of blood and breath. But it cannot measure the quiet joy that rises when you realize that your life in all its ordinary moments is holy. Each morning's light on your skin, each shared smile, each sigh of relief, they are the language of renewal written in the body. Healing is not always a grand revelation. Sometimes it is just the willingness to be alive, to keep saying yes to the day. Take a breath. Now slow, deliberate kind. Feel how it travels through you like a wave returning home. The air that fills your lungs has touched mountains, oceans, and hearts you will never know. You are part of that same circulation, a living thread in the tapestry of creation. Renewal is not a solitary act. It is the universe reminding itself that everything is connected. There will still be days when you feel weary, when old wounds echo faintly in the distance. But even then the song continues. The body remembers how to heal. The heart remembers how to hope. The light you have cultivated will not leave you. It will guide you through the seasons of your life, through rest and movement, laughter and loss. Always returning. Always teaching you to begin again. In moments of silence, you might hear it, that soft internal music that hums beneath thought. It is the pulse of being alive. It asks nothing, promises nothing, but offers everything. It says, keep breathing, keep loving, keep trusting in the rhythm that brought you here. That is all healing ever was. The body learning to listen to the song of life again. If you listen closely now, you can hear how this song extends beyond you, through the air, through the trees, through the heartbeat of the world itself. Every living thing joins in it. The sound of rain, the cry of a newborn, the laughter of friends, the quiet of night, all are notes in the same melody. You belong to it as surely as the stars belong to the sky. And so, as you drift toward sleep, let this song cradle you. Let it hum softly in your chest and echo through your dreams. Feel the peace that comes when nothing needs to be fixed, when everything simply is. Your breath moves in harmony with the earth. Your pulse matches the rhythm of creation, and all the universe sings through you. Healing is not an ending. It is a return, a homecoming to the life that has been waiting patiently within you all along. You are whole, not because you are flawless, but because you are part of everything that exists. And as the last light of this journey fades into gentle night, may you rest in the knowing that your body, your heart, your spirit, and the universe itself are forever one, still breathing, still shining, still singing the eternal song of renewal.